We begin today with diabolically decadent brown ale from Dastardly Villain Brewing. Among the interesting stuff written on the label, it describes it as having an earthy hop aroma of pine and stone fruit, with a blend of flavors of caramel chocolate and espresso malts. Woohoo! So this might seem like a bit of a deja vu, but it kind of isn't. This is a different parking sensor than the one I looked at a month or two ago. I was looking through my closet and I found this one, and I don't remember if this one is the one that my brother gave me or if the last one was. I asked him and he couldn't remember either. He said it's entirely possible that he forgot he gave me one and gave me another one another Christmas. Anyway, this calls itself just electronic parking sensor. And as opposed to the other one, this one has 3 different LEDs, so I guess it tells you if you're getting closer and then finally that you're close enough. Not much else to say, and realistically, who cares what it says in the box? I've already got it. I don't need to be sold this product. So we have a hanging up template, 2 hanging up templates. Okay, that's actually kind of handy for mounting it, and I guess it mounts to the wall. It comes with some hollow wall anchors and some really bad screws. Little manual thing here. This came from The Source, which is what the Radio Shack stores in Canada got rebranded to many decades ago. Well, 15 years ago maybe, when Radio Shack ceased to exist. Read this owner's manual thoroughly before use. Whatever. Okay, so here we have the 2 parts connected together with, is that an RJ11? That is the handset connector from a telephone. Okay, so it's just a standard coily handset telephone cable. It saved them some R&D time, I guess. This little box here has a battery compartment on it for 9-volt battery. All right. Means this part doesn't need a battery compartment. And what do we have here? We have, it looks like there are actually 3 LEDs there and piezo buzzer, maybe? This one also looks like it's got a piezo buzzer. Oh, okay. And we've also got 12-volt DC in and a power switch on that one. No switches there. Okay. I'm not going to bother with the manual. I'm just going to try and take it apart first and see what's in there. Then if we can't figure that out, then we'll look at the manual. So this part has 2 screws in the back of it, and I assume clips up at the top. They feel like self-tapping screws. Yep, that's exactly what's going on. Oh, wow. Those are some LEDs, one of those 10mm LEDs. That one says red, that one says yellow, and that one says green beside it. Okay. Yeah, those will probably be bright. We have 3-terminal inductor type device, so a transistor or transformer with a common, so just a booster or a reduction or something like that. 3 4 wires coming in from down at the jack. We have an in and out, a VCC, and a ground. So that is going off to this piece. The thinking or whatever is being done by this MDT 10P72S. No idea, but it's probably a microcontroller. It has a little crystal beside it. Should I look that up? Yeah, probably. Yup, it's a microcontroller, an EEPROM-based 8-bit microcontroller. On-chip EEPROM, 4K words, internal RAM 224 bytes. Relatively small little guy. Bunch of interrupts. 5 analog inputs, 5 A to D converters. Okay, 22 I/O pins. Applications such as remote controller, small instruments, chargers, toy, automobile, and PC peripherals, etc. Yeah. Oh wow, this thing sleeps pretty low power. 20 microamps. We're at probably 5 volts, I would guess, on this one. So 52 microamps when it's sleeping. That's not too bad. Especially for, a 2005, 2006 vintage chip. And then pretty much everything else is passive except for these 2 little chips here and a single transistor down there. That guy is it's a Texas Instruments chip, an N5532, which is a dual low noise op amp. Looks like it wants a dual power supply or dual rail power supply, potentially, anyways. Could fake it between 5 and 15 volts on each rail. I love these old TI data sheets. You could, if you chose to, remake the whole damn thing out of discrete components based on that. If you could find this dual collector transistor, that is. And of course, there's a very typical op amp application circuit. Very straightforward, very standard op amp. And sitting right next to it is another little 8-pin chip that calls itself 358BF. If my search is coming up with a correct answer, 358BF is another different dual op amp. Also from around 2006, so that fits in with the other stuff. Wonder why they would choose two different op amps to work together. We're not completely reverse engineering this one, so I don't need to spend the time to figure it out exactly, I don't think. I wonder if we can learn anything from the back side of this board. I don't see a lot of vias through there, so it may just be a single-sided board. But no harm in checking. Yeah, it is a single-sided board, just little gobs of hot glue on there to strain and relieve these wires, which is a nice touch. These two yellow wires going off to this little device are connected to BZZ1 and BZZ2, so that is going to be a piezo buzzery buzz guy, so that's probably going to be telling you to stop. I am further guessing, based on, we don't get that much information out of here. A couple of op amps, a little bit of probably power filtering or something down there, maybe, I don't know, and a microcontroller, which doesn't tell us a lot. So I'm thinking that this may be an ultrasonic distance finder. Wouldn't that make sense? I think it probably would. Which means we want to get into here and see what's in here other than the power and the distance sensor. And this guy's all clipped together, so that's a little risky. I don't want to destroy it, but I will grab another of the spudgers from that bunch of spudgers that I got. At one point I thought I was going to just do a review of all these spudgers, but the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like a kind of a silly idea. So I will just use them. And, oh well, there's some circuitry going on down in here too. Okay. Anyway, that was this one. It worked quite well for this job. Let's yoink this stuff out of here. And we'll need the screwdriver again. A couple of people asked me what this thing is. It's called a Wow Stick. I got it from Banggood. If I remember, I will put a link down below for those who are curious. It's actually not bad. It's doing the job. So what's in the back here? Nothing's on the back. Okay, so I didn't really need to take that out. Power coming in down there. A handful of capacitors, some diodes. There is an inductor up here with 4 terminals on it. That's it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is maybe a transformer, maybe a couple of chokes. Not sure. They got these 3 transistors here. Are they anything familiar? All 3 of them are the same, and they call themselves SS8050. Ah, these are just NPN transistors. Okay. Well, Fairchild describes them as 2-watt output amplifier of portable radios. Reasonable enough gain, somewhere between 100 and, what did I say, above 160-ish, I think? Okay. Okay, so looking a bit closer at this guy, not doing a full reverse engineering, just following a few things around. There is those 3 transistors over here. There is that transformer. Here is the transducer. So it appears that the transformer is being used to isolate the transducer from the transistors. The transistors, as you can see, 2 of them anyway, are tied together. Are those 2 transistors an oscillator then? And this one, looks like it's connected up to this wire, which goes up to the main unit or the display unit. So it seems like that one is driving or interfacing with this somehow. But regardless, this guy is labeled as transmit receive. You might be able to see it down there on the silk screen, I'm not sure. So this is, I'm pretty sure, just doing ultrasonic distance finding. Doing an echolocation basically. Maybe that one will work better than that other one that I've got in my garage, which, if you may recall, is activated by literally crashing into it. Well, no, it doesn't work though, because it's super sensitive to vibration, and it will just keep shaking and keep blinking no matter what you do. Let's put this guy back together and just see what we can do with it down here in the basement without having to get all cold weather geared up to go outside to the garage. That went back together quite easily. This just clipped and that was 2 screws. So connect up your battery here and power them on. Chirp. Blink, 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 blink. Oh wow, that's annoying. Let me point that at the most distant wall that I've got. Okay, there we go. So if I move that sensor around, is it going to do anything? I don't know. Oh, I can hear little ticks coming out of this thing. So it is just sending a single pulse and then listening, I guess. Can you hear that? I'm not sure if you can or not. I hope you can. Anyway, this thing now should be getting echoes back, because there's only like that much space up here. So I wonder why it's not panicking. That startup mode was alarming, that's for sure. You definitely hear that through the windshield of the vehicle. So how does it intend you to use this thing? I think I've got a pretty good idea. So at 5 meters, the green LED will come on. At 1.5 meters, the yellow one, and at 0.5 meter, the stop one, and it'll start making noises. Okay. Oh, the buzzer starts sounding when you get to the second stage, to 1.5 meters. Okay. And it wants the ultrasonic thing to be aligned with the license plate and bumper of the vehicle. So that's interesting. It wants that mounted down low. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that in my garage because there's bikes and crap in front of the car. I guess that means I have to go out into the garage, doesn't it? It's cold out there. It started snowing. I think I might wait until tomorrow morning when it's, light out and it's hopefully not snowing anymore. Then I'll take this out to the garage and I'll take you with me, and we'll see if we can find a place to hook it up and, see if it actually works. Okay, welcome back to the garage. So this thing says that it detects the vehicle and tells it to stop at 0.5 meter from the wall. But that's going to be a problem because 0.5 meter from the wall is where my workbench is, and there's a bike stashed there and stuff. So I'm gonna have to rig something up temporarily just for the test, and then if that works, we'll try something more permanent. Okay, I've even used the template from the kit to professionally install the screws down there. We'll turn the power switch on here, and that thing goes through its test modes, and it's complaining that the car is too close already. Oh no, wait, it always does that. Let's wait for it to stop being annoying. Okay, that's stopped being annoying. I have one rod on the ground marking where 0.5 meter is. So I've got another one on the ground at 1.5 meters, which is currently underneath where the car is parked, but it'll stay there when I move the car back. And then when I back the car out, I will put that one down at 5 meters out, which is where the thing is supposed to start chirping. Then I'll set the tripod up and just do it. Yeah, I know the tripod's not level. It's cold out here, all right? So let's watch what happens. The 5 meters is down there, 1.5 is there, half a meter's there, and I think you can see the thing up there. So let's see what happens. Well, that was useless. It only really makes noise when you're turning it on. I guess back to the tennis ball and string method. Seems to be the most reliable. So, to answer the question I asked at the beginning of the video, is this thing any better than the other one? No, it's not. It is crap. Doesn't seem to detect at all. I guess I can salvage the battery. Yeah, no, it's I'm 0 for 2 on these things right now. Maybe I should build another one. Build my own. I've got ultrasonic sensors. I've got infrared sensors. Maybe I could still repurpose this part of this one, minus its little controller in there, and just use the 3 huge LEDs. I don't know. Regardless, I'm not going to do that until it warms up out there. And as you could see, it's currently snowing. I originally thought I was going to wait until it stopped snowing, but it's been snowing for off and on for 3 days. So I figured I'd just go and film that part and be done with it. So, yeah. Have you guys actually bought one of these kind of devices and it's worked better than, a tennis ball and a string? Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, maybe come spring I will build my own, or try to anyways. Thanks for watching. Comments and questions, you know the drill. I'll talk to you later.